Welcome back to Bruins Game Reactions. Boston Bruins win 3-2 and finally get back in the win column the day after they clinched their spot in the 2026 NHL playoffs. Kicking this off, now that they're officially clinched, not clenched. Hampus Lindholm, Victor Arvidsson, Pavel Zacha, Charlie McAvoy, and Tanner Jeannot, all healthy scratch for this one. Bunch of guys coming into the lineup for the first time, playing together, I should specify, for the first time in weeks. Alex Steeves was back in. Jordan Harris was back in. James Hagens makes his debut and gets on the score sheet in multiple fashions, good and bad. Yeah, Henry Jokiharju was back in this one, and he was solid. He ended up getting 2 points, I'm pretty sure. Overall, though, man, they got outshot to death. I think the final shots were 36-21, maybe. It was not a pretty sight, but you were able to play spoiler at least a little bit. Just waiting for the Ottawa Senators game to wrap up here. They got about 15 minutes left at the time of this recording. Yeah, as of right now, we sit back in Wildcard 1, lined up to play the winner of the Atlantic Division. Getting right into it, though, 4 minutes in, not a great start. Man, I mean, Columbus came out of the gate hot. They were firing on all cylinders for about the first 7-8 minutes of this game. And the reward pretty early on, actually, with this one from Mason Marchment. Mason Marchment, out in front of the net, collects a rebound off of Jonas Korpisalo, sends it out to Boone Jenner. Boone Jenner flings it off into the corner. He recovers it. Mason Marchment skates around the back of the net. Jenner sends it back to him. Marchment fires it up to the point where Dante Fabro's there. At the same time, he skates back around to the same side of the net, on the near side of the net, and Fabro rips one in, taps off of Marchment's stick, off his skate, right past Jonas Korpisalo. Man, the defense was not ideal. Kind of bad breakdowns on all the Columbus goals, really. Not ideal. Not a full lineup either. So something just to pump the brakes on a little bit here. But later on in the period, Alex Steeves will not get a point on this goal. Absolutely deserves one, though. Deep in the Columbus zone, wins a puck battle, sends the puck out to the point to Henry Jokiharju. He puts it on. Kaslik with the first tip, Crowley with the second tip, and it beats Jet Greaves, and it's a 1-1 tie midway through the frame. That one gave me hope if they could maintain the shots. My concern was them getting the shots. Obviously, they ended up being alright, so it's fine. But they were already getting outshot pretty badly there, and they ended up getting outshot badly in the first period. Pretty quiet period other than that, though. Boston definitely started to regain some control. Had a bit of composure as well, and then James Hagens, in his debut game, 19 minutes into the first period, takes a hooking call. Not an ideal way to start your NHL career. I trust that it's going to turn around. And, you could say it did turn around later in this game. I felt like he got a lot better as the game progressed. Unsure if he's going to be in the lineup come Wednesday against New Jersey. I would see no reason to. They've signed him to an NHL deal. You've torched a year off his ELC. I would fully expect him to play in that game against New Jersey, and then quite possibly be in the starting lineup for Game 1 of the playoffs. I liked his game. He was on a couple different lines throughout tonight. Allegedly, he was going to be on a line. I think it was Iesamont and Kastelik, and then Kastelik was going to be the center, and then that would be the fourth line, which isn't the fourth line; it's the third line technically. But because of the three guys that are on there, it makes it the fourth line. I trust them. I don't. Yeah, that's not a great penalty to take in your first game. I've called the first game jitters. I have no issue with it. They head into first intermission, tied up at 1, and despite the power play, I'd say Boston kind of has the momentum coming out of the period. Second period kicks off. Boston is able to kill off the final minute and 1 second of the James Higgins penalty. And the second period might have been their best period of the game. I know they got the game winner in the third period, but all around, it was 2-1 in penalties in Boston's favor. Columbus had 3 power plays in this one. 2-0 for power plays in Columbus's favor. 3-0 in total for the game. We'll get to that later, because kind of all sums up at the end of the game here. Shots were dead even in the second period. No one really had a bad period there. Obviously, Pete gets the roughing call on Miles Wood. Yeah, I mean, you have to call that one, unfortunately. Not ideal. But to say Columbus was perfectly clean and committed no infractions, I would raise a couple questions, but that's besides the point. But yeah, Henry Jokiharju. I'll start. Jokiharju scores, but James Higgins. I didn't know if he'd get on the score sheet in this one. NHL is giving him the secondary assist on this one. Kind of similar thing to Alex Steves, if that assist ends up getting taken away. Able to win a puck battle against, this time, 2 Columbus players in the corner. Kicks the puck to Sean Kuraly. Kuraly sends that puck right up to Henry Jokiharju. And he kind of wires it home. It did end up coming down to the dot. Like, that's where Jokiharju met the puck. Just beautiful clean shot, beating Jet Greaves, and I mean, hey, at that point, there was 18 seconds left in the period. It's tied. You're thinking this game might end up tied, just because I think the shots were like 25-14 or something in favor of Columbus. You were just hoping that Korpisalo could stand on his head, and I mean, boy, did he ever. 2 goals on 35 shots at the end of the game. Just absolutely immaculate game from Joonas Korpisalo. They didn't waste this one. But Jokiharju gets his 3rd point in 3 games, 2nd goal in 3 games as well. And I've liked it. I've liked his defensive game. There was a breakaway later on in this one, in the 3rd period. But overall, I've been satisfied with his performance. 3rd period starts, and 90 seconds in, it kind of goes south for Boston. Geekie and Pasternak are up on the forecheck, and they're just trying to get one of them set up for a clear shot. Neither one of them can get it, though. I believe it was Geekie who had the puck roll off his stick, and basically ends up tape to former Bruin Danton Heinen. Flips it up and gets to about center ice, and as it's landing on the ice, Jokiharju is just barely able to get a stick on it. Seems to just bounce over it and Right in behind him's Adam Fantilli. Just kind of takes it for a skate. Open net. Not open net, sorry. One-on-one with the goalie. And he's able to beat Jonas Korpisalo. That is the one issue I have from today's game with Yoki-Haru. But, like I mentioned, other than that, he played a pretty damn good game. And that's all you can ask from him at this point. He's being a positive impact offensively. Ignoring the goal, he's been rock solid defensively. Sometimes you just gotta take the good with the bad. But after that, not Yoki-Haru, Korpisalo able to stand on his head and stonewall the Columbus Blue Jackets for the remainder of the game, and New Jersey just tied it, I believe, with 2.5 minutes left, it seems. They tied it. Okay, so that's going to be a 3-point game, most likely. That's not ideal. Yeah, okay. Moving on to the game-winning goal. Mark Kastelik. Ew. I mean, that's the only way to put it, just ew. You want to talk about a Leon Draisaitl type of shot from a fourth-line guy? That's it. Incredible sharp angle shot off the far post and beats Jet Greaves. Ew. That's the only thing I have to say about that goal. It was a great goal. Midway through the period, once again, Boston goes up 1 to make the score 3-2. And after that, it was just kind of play keep away. Dump the puck in, rag the puck, get it back out, and yeah, it was able to work this time. I do not want to see that on Wednesday or come game 1 of the playoffs, which I believe probably Saturday. I would think the playoffs are going to start Friday or Saturday. I don't know if they've announced the TV schedules for it yet. Yeah, all around a great game. With the empty net, though, it's important to note, and this circles back to the penalties point, Zach Werenski was a defenseman out there, rather. Might have been the only defenseman, which is why he was so upset about this. But everyone's lined up for the draw on the far side of Jonas Korpisalo, and the referee went over to the Boston bench and was talking with a player, talking with Marco Sturm, something like that, and maybe blew his whistle. Don't have confirmation if they did or not, but seemingly the ref might have blown the whistle, and Zach Werenski had all his focus on the official that was right beside him at the Boston bench. And I'll give it to him, rightfully so. He should be upset. Your team's also had 3 power plays to 0, so you just kind of move along there. I don't get it. Like, you have to be focusing, you should be focusing on the play at hand, regardless of what the official beside you is doing. Unless it's, I don't know. I mean, you're a defenseman. You are this season top 3 best defenseman, and you have been a top 3 defenseman in the NHL for a couple seasons now. Let's not get this wrong. Incredibly talented player. Probably should be focusing on the puck. Considering your net's empty and you're trying to score here, and you're one of the more prolific point scorers on defense in the NHL. But Zadorov rims it around after a Bruins win, and Pasternak's there. He hunts it down, and to his credit, Zach Werenski's right on him. But again, just he was constantly looking back at the official, like, hey, is someone going to blow this play dead? No one blew it dead. And then he seemed to be rather upset after the game that there was no call, or no whistle blown to call the play dead. Yeah, I don't feel that bad. I mean, if the penalties were 3-3, then yeah, okay, you might get a little bit of remorse. I don't know. Just don't feel that bad about it. Anyways, though, Boston able to secure the 3-2 win, and right now they are currently sat in wildcard 1. The Devils Senators game has gone to overtime at this point. It will be done by the time this gets uploaded. And yeah, no matter the outcome of that game, put your best foot forward, and now's the time to get hot. I would say that was 5 games ago. Yeah, well, 2 games is better than never, I suppose. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Click like if you like. Click subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, I will try to do playoff streams. I have exams next week. Like the main week of the playoffs, so that's going to be interesting. Should be able to stream most of them, though. And yeah. Other than that, go out on Wednesday, win or lose, have fun, enjoy it. Obviously, try to get the 2 points. And see you back here for the postseason.